Perched on the edge of a jagged cliff, the old lighthouse stood as a guardian of the sea, its lantern guiding lost sailors through raging storms. For years, the keeper had tended to its flame, ensuring that no ship would be swallowed by the abyss. But this was no ordinary light. On stormy nights, when the wind howled and the ocean churned with fury, the lantern revealed more than the path to safety. It showed glimpses of what was yet to come. One fateful night, as the storm raged stronger than ever, the keeper saw something that shook him to his core, a vision of himself, adrift in an empty boat, sailing toward an unknown fate. As the waves crashed and the wind roared, the keeper faced a chilling question. Was the light showing him an escape or sealing his destiny? Would he find his way, or would the lighthouse claim him as its own? At the edge of the world, where land meets the endless sea, stood an old lighthouse. Its weathered stones whispering stories of ships lost and found. Inside, Henry Caldwell, the lighthouse keeper, tended to his only companion, the lantern. Henry was no ordinary keeper. His lantern didn't just guide ships, it revealed glimpses of the future. On some nights, when the storm raged hardest, the beam would flicker, and in its glow, visions would appear. One night, Henry saw a merchant ship barely escaping the rocks. Another night, a fisherman finding unexpected treasure in his net, but the visions were never his, until the night of the great storm. The storm came without warning. Waves crashed against the cliffs, sending violent sprays of saltwater high into the air. Henry, drenched and shivering, climbed the spiral staircase to light the lantern. As the beam cut through the darkness, the visions began, blurry at first, then clearer. But this time, what he saw made his breath hitch. Henry saw himself sitting in a small wooden boat, drifting away from the lighthouse. His lantern wasn't with him, his hands were empty. For the first time in all his years as a keeper, the light revealed his own fate. Henry backed away from the lens. He wasn't one for superstition, but this was different. The vision stayed even when he blinked. Had he seen his own death? Had the storm already decided his fate? No, he muttered. I'm the keeper, this is my lighthouse. But the lantern pulsed again, and in its glow, he saw the boat again. This time, farther from the lighthouse. His reflection stared back at him, from the black water. But something was wrong. The man in the boat wasn't panicked, he was smiling. The storm roared outside, but Henry's fear was no longer about the weather. He knew what was happening. The lantern wasn't showing his death, it was showing a choice. The lighthouse was his world. He had devoted his life to it. But what if it was time to leave? For the first time, Henry wondered, was he guiding ships to safety, or was he trapping himself here, night after night, while the world moved on without him? Then, a loud crack. The wind had shattered a window, sending a gust of air that nearly knocked him over. The flame of the lantern flickered wildly. If it went out, the storm would swallow everything. Henry lunged forward, gripping the base of the lantern, and then he made his decision. When the storm finally passed, the lighthouse stood tall against the morning sun, but something was different. The beam of the lantern flickered weakly then dimmed, and Henry was gone. The townspeople searched for him, but there was no trace, no footprints leading away, no sign of a struggle, just the lighthouse, standing alone. But out at sea, a fisherman spotted something unusual. A small wooden boat, a man sitting inside, looking up at the lighthouse one last time. No one knows for sure what happened to Henry Caldwell. Some say he was claimed by the sea, taken as payment for all the lives he had saved. Others say the lantern didn't consume him, it freed him. Perhaps he had been trapped by duty for too long, and when the storm gave him a choice he took it. The lighthouse still stands today, its lantern glowing faintly, as if waiting for the next keeper. And on stormy nights, some say you can see a small boat, drifting beyond the horizon with a man, smiling at the waves.